Alright guys, time to get this mystery about refrigerated units out and open. Uh, Actually, I don't know what the big deal is with it, but a lot of guys that apply for the job with me or with my company, they always bitch about, oh, refrigerated units, I'm not going to get enough hours to dry, whatever. Okay, here, let's get it out there. Alright. Uh, as we already know, we're getting into electronic logbooks, and everybody's going to be on it soon. So I don't think it's really going to matter if you have a refrigerated unit or you have drive-in or you have flatbed, whatever you have. So yes, when you're hauling a refrigerated product, you're most likely to be stuck at one of the shippers or receivers for quite a few hours. My average wait time is anywhere from an hour and a half to 3.5, 4 hours. Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh, I can't do that. What's the big deal? I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I go to sleep, relax, go get food, do whatever. Here I'm loading a dry load today, and I've been here for 3 hours. So it's not same for it's not always the same thing. Drive-ins don't leave the shipper or receiver right away. They don't get unloaded or loaded right away. It's just give it or take. It depends where you go, and you'll learn by time which shippers ship fast, which ones are slow. So uh, if you're thinking about getting into refrigerated units and hauling refrigerated freight, just be ready. It's just the nature of the game. Just be ready to wait, be patient, and be patient. The more times you go out to the shipper and ask him when I'm going to be loaded, they're most likely not going to want to do it just on purpose. You're going to piss them off. Sometimes product's not ready. It's not ready. I load a lot of stuff down in Nogales, Arizona, or Yuma, or even California, Southern California, or even Northern California. Stuff is not ready. I go in and I ask, yeah, I have a pickup. It's going to Canada. I'm not Canadian. I haul a lot of freight up to Canada, but I'm not Canadian. So I ask them, and they're like, well, the product's still on the fields. What do you mean the product's still on the fields? Well, yeah, product's still on the fields. They're picking it. The problem with this is, and I hope it gets regulated, because these people actually sell product they don't even have. So yeah, you're gonna have a problem with it when you come to load. Your stuff is not ready, and it's kind of messed up because they're wasting our time. And yeah, that's where refrigerated units suck a little bit if you're gonna load refrigerated goods. So there's not much you can really do about it. Just be patient, and that's it. And to be honest with you, I know my guys. I have a few friends that hold that, and we always had a discussion. I'm in and out real quick, and I'm on the road. I'm making money. Well, on the end of the month, when we do money, and we find out, when we do our finances, and we find out who actually did better. Drive-ins, and I'm not talking crap about drive-ins. Please don't take it that way. But drive-ins, he actually is able to make probably 15 to 20% less than me, but yet he makes 2 to 2,500 more miles a month more than I do. That's the difference. Just take 2,500, divided by 6.5 miles per gallon at $1.89 right now fuel, and you'll be able to find out how much money actually you save just in fuel, plus the 15-20% that you made more in gross. And that's the difference. It really is. I am not making it up. That's what actually it is. And that's it. But then his argument is that my payment on my refrigerated unit is $1,200 and his on drive-in is $550. Yep, that's true too. So you take the numbers on the end of the year and you calculate it and you see if it's worth it or not. I did my numbers. It's worth it for me. I do it. I don't mind waiting. I'm relaxed. I'm not in a rush anywhere. I don't have to speed anywhere. I have appointments. I get to my appointment. I'm fine. There's no reason for me to rush, to go crazy or whatever. Now, remember in the beginning I said the electronic logbooks are going to be mandatory soon. Yes, they will. And even you guys with the drive-ins now, that's going to affect you guys the most. And it'll actually affect everybody, but it'll affect guys with the drive-ins because you're not really going to be able to make runs like you make them now. So, and it's gonna suck for me because when I have 2 3 a.m. appointments or 3 4 pickups, it's gonna suck, you know. So, but that's another story. I don't like to get into it because I get just so frustrated even thinking about it. It's bullshit, and that's it, you know. um, so with refrigerated units, you just gotta be careful, you know, how you haul your freight. You want to make sure that your unit is up, you know, up to spec. You do pre-trip inspection on it. I do it once a month, just to make sure everything is good and it cools off or heats up the way it should. Um, that's pretty much it, though. You know, keep your doors open and closed. That's it. I mean, this is not step deck. This is not flatbed. Uh, you know, I give those guys props. All of you guys that haul flatbed, step deck, you know, super Bs, whatever. I give you guys props. You know, I just don't see how anybody can pay me money for my health, to ruin my health. And um, I have few friends that haul step decks and they love it. I just don't see how do you love something like that? I mean, you unload stuff in Phoenix, let's say, and it's 115 outside, and you gotta strap it. You gotta put the straps over it. Make sure you tighten it. When you're driving, you gotta stop every. What was it like? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think my buddy says every 2 or 3 hours you gotta stop and check the straps, and you gotta mark it in your logbook. I just see that as too much wasting time, you know. And their loads are paid crap right now. You know, actually drive-ins are paid better than step deck right now. So that's just a lot of work for really small amount of money. So when you know when I talk about reefers, this exact same reason why I talk about reefers. I'm not ever in rush anywhere. I open my doors, close my doors, turn my unit on, shut my unit off. That's it. You know, I have my appointments. I make my appointment times, load, unload, done. You know, um, and that's it. I have this receiver actually up in Calgary. It's called Loblaws. When you get up there, first few times I went up there, I was so frustrated because it took them literally 12 hours to get me unloaded, and my appointment time was 8 p.m. and that would take all night long to get you unloaded. And I was getting so frustrated though. And then the guy that you know has delivered there for so many years, he's like, "Why are you so frustrated?" How am I not going to be frustrated, man? It's taking them 12 hours to get me unloaded. Of course I'm frustrated. He's like, "Well, just look at it this way. You come there at 8. You see that little restaurant across the street? Yeah. We'll walk there, have a nice dinner, you know, drink a few beers, and, you know, go to sleep." Just, then this place, by the way, you drop your trailer and you pull forward, just like in Walmart. But they actually have a little parking right in front of your truck, so you can actually just go completely across the street, and you can see your trailer in your rearview mirror, and you can see when they're done, and you can go to sleep. So what I started doing is I would deliver and go to sleep, wake up in the morning nice and fresh, you know, have my breakfast, whatever, hook up my trailer, go get my paperwork, and it's usually waiting for me in the window. Go pick up my paperwork, hook up my trailer, and leave. Actually, that became one of my favorite places to drop off because I get my good rest. I don't hear my refrigerated unit running. Nothing. Perfect. You know, I this nice little Italian place right across the street. I mean, it's perfect. It cannot be any better. So now when I deliver this place, I'm going up there all happy, you know, and that's it. So if you do it, you gotta love it, and that's pretty much it, you know. I can keep talking about this all day long, but it's pretty much, you know, the whole circle, you know, just keep coming back on the same subject. Yes, wait time. Yes, there's some wait time, and that's pretty much it, you know. Parking, that's one thing. Parking, most of these places are fairly simple though. So if you're new guys and you're scared about getting you know in tight places and stuff like that, this is fairly good. I think refrigerated units are great for that because usually anywhere you go, you have plenty space to park. dry vans. You know, my buddies, they're telling me like some horror stories going down New York and then going to Manhattan and dropping off at, you know, some of these outlet stores or whatever, and they're telling me like horror stories. You know, they have cops follow them and make sure that they get there. I mean, it's not always like that, but you know, it does happen, and that's never going to happen to you with a refrigerated unit. And another plus with a refrigerated unit is you can actually load dry loads too, 90% of it. So it's another plus. It's fairly easy to find yourself a load when you have a dry van. I mean, reefer. So, so that's that. If I forgot something, you guys can leave a comment below, and I'll try to answer it. All right, guys, take care. I'm almost done loading here, and I'll talk to you guys some other time. All right, take care.